Hi Scorpio, welcome back. Scorpio, this is going to be your April love reading. This is the you versus them spread. So Scorpio, I'll pull cards on you, what your hopes, fears, next steps are. And then I'm going to pull cards on the person external to you, what their hopes, fears, and next steps are. Keep in mind it's a general love reading, so the energies can be interchangeable. And this could resonate with anybody in the love arena. So ex, current partner, crush, you name it. Whoever comes to mind when I'm pulling the cards, okay? Also, check out my social media account links down in the description box below. Thank you. So, Scorpio, let's see what we got going on for you for April. Ooh, Scorpio. Okay. I only wanted 2 cards and I got 4. No surprise there. Okay. Scorpio, overall energy. You have the 8 of Pentacles, the Sun card, the Queen of Swords, and the Magician. This is a very interesting start, Scorpio. So this is your overall energy. Now in this deck, the cards have a different meaning than in a traditional tarot deck. So the 8 of Pentacles in this deck talks about someone who is very emotionally detached. So I feel like there's 2 messages here, Scorpio, about getting stuck in your head, maybe emotionally detaching from your partner, and or they do this to you. It's interesting because it's like there's a sense of wanting to be happy, thinking about when you're happy, feeling happy at times. But then at the same time, there's a part of your brain that like constantly goes back to like one situation or one person, and you kind of get stuck up in there. It's a very air energy, so you may be dealing with an air sign, but this is showing up as your energy, which is interesting because you're a water sign. So you may have a lot of air-like qualities to you this month in the way that you're thinking about things. There's also the Magician here, so wanting to pull yourself out of that, Scorpio. Sometimes this can be a bit energy of like being either manipulated or manipulating, but we'll see what this is about. So that's kind of the overall energy. It's almost like you're disconnected from your happiness. But yet your happiness is right in front of you. So there's some interesting messages coming out. I can already tell you this is going to be probably a complex reading, but we'll see. So, person Scorpio is dealing with. Person external. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Misfire. So, person Scorpio is dealing with. So, Scorpio, this person's overall energy is the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like this month there might be some definite endings with this person, and or there's an energy of this person that you're dealing with here, Scorpio, is putting an endings to, they are putting a purposeful ending to relationships that do this, that come in and out, that hurt them. So that could be with you. That could just be in general. I feel like it's like wanting to put an end to that chapter of their life. For some of you, it's them. You know, they want to put an end to that behavior with themselves of like going back and forth to people or places or things that hurt them, that are going back to somebody they had an ending with. For a very few of you, they may be coming back around to you if you had an ending with this person. But I really don't feel that's for the majority. I feel like that's like just a very few of you. I feel like primarily this person is wanting to take action and move away from things that have hurt them. Wanting to put an end to that energy, that in and out energy. So if they were going back and forth in their mind, Scorpio, I feel like they're putting an ending to that this month. No longer wanting to vacillate on it or go in and out. So that could mean a lot of things, and I'm going to break it down at the very end to groups and get really specific, but let's get all the cards out. How's Scorpio? How do you view the person external? How Scorpio views the person external? Okie dokie. So, oh my gosh. They have the Knight of Wands in their overall energy, and then you view them as the Knight of Wands. Different deck, same meaning. That's very interesting. And then the Two of Pentacles. Oh my God, that's what I just said. That's what I just said. So you view this person as someone whose energy or emotions or literally comes in and out of your life. I feel like if that's what's got you like this, you know, I think they have the ability to put you in your head, which steals away from your happiness elsewhere, you know. So yeah, you view this person as someone who vacillates a lot or goes back and forth, or you go back and forth in your mind about this person. So it could be that you view this person in the same way that they view you, for a few of you, but it's this sense of like no longer wanting to do that either. You know what I'm saying? There's another message here, and I'm going to get to that at the end. There's definitely more than one group here. But I feel like for the majority, you view this person as someone who switches up on you a lot, Scorpio. But I think that there's something unknown here, and what's unknown is that I think you've gotten used to this pattern with this person of them like leaving and then coming back and then leaving and coming back. That what's unknown is that they're no longer planning to do that. So like I said, their overall energy is that of putting an ending to past behaviors like that. So I feel like that's the switch up. I might even call that this video. Like somebody is switching up what maybe you've been used to with this person, or they. Remember, it can be interchangeable. So let me see how they view you. So they have the Magician in how they view you. This is getting too interesting. So if you remember, you had the Magician in your overall energy. So they view you the same as your overall energy, same meaning. I feel like this person, there's two different groups of you here, so it's getting harder to make this general. But in a general sense, they see you as manipulative. Sorry, don't be mad at me, Scorpio. They see you as someone who tries to get away with things. A thief in the night. But like I said, there's another group here. For the other group, they see you as actually changing that behavior. You know, going from the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Swords isn't always lie or cheat or thief. Sometimes this is just, they may just see you as someone who, like, you always hold something back. Like, you always hold a piece of yourself back or information back, or you only show what you want them to see. But they are aware. They're aware that you do this. And they feel like you do that, Scorpio, because you are manipulating the situation or attempting to. So it's It's a very interesting message here about, like, didn't I just say that? The unknown. So I feel like there's a lot of things that either that you think you know that you don't know. And I think what it is that this person sees right through you. So this is getting so specific. And like I said, I can see two different groups. So if this isn't your group, please hold on to the end and I'll break it down. Next steps for Scorpio in April. Ooh. Scorpio, your cards are flying today. Okay. So you have, and your next step, so this is towards the end of April, Scorpio, the Eight of Wands, the Lovers, the Four of Cups, and the Moon. Woo-wee. Okay. Okay. So I feel like Scorpio. There's a sense of towards the end of the month, there is such a strong message here. It's getting so much harder to keep this general. But there's a sense towards the end of the month of, watch being distracted. I feel like you might be very easily distracted. And it might be because there's gossip going on towards the end of the month. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of behind the scenes. There's a lot of unknowns here. Unknowns. It keeps coming up over and over and over again. So I'm going to clarify this, and I'm actually going to go ahead and break it down here in a minute because I can see a very strong message, and it's killing me not to break it down. So this person towards the end of the month has the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Swords. They're getting clarity. I feel like if they've had a lot of options or there's been a lot of confusion, they are coming to full clarity over the situation here. For some of you, they're going to be communicating. We'll see. Okay, so I am going to break this down now because it's killing me not to. Group 1. You can be in all of the groups. One of the groups, you pick it. Whatever resonates. This is the strongest group. Group 1, Scorpio. I feel like for the large majority of you watching, the person external is somebody you had an ending with. It's clear. Okay. Meaning like this person is no longer in your life. Some of you are not even communicating with this person. I feel like you're trying to build a relationship elsewhere. Okay. Probably with a Leo or a fire sign. This is the sign of Leo, but it could be Sagittarius or Aries. It could be any sign. Don't get caught up on that. It's a general reading, but that's the primary one I'm seeing. I'm seeing air and fire. And I feel like, yes, you are trying to find happiness in the relationship and you're able to tap into that sometimes. But then on the other hand, it's like this. You see how it's like, don't care whether you're male or female. So, and why don't you? Well, you're still thinking about a person that detached from you, where there was manipulation in the relationship, where there was a betrayal, where there was an ending, where there was a lot of in and out energy, a lot of vacillation with this person on both parts, I feel. But it could be either or. I feel like what's unknown or unbeknownst to you, Scorpio, if this is your situation, is that I feel like this person always finds a way to like sneak back into your mind, sneak back into your life, into your emotions. Okay. Or you might be used to that behavior where they come sneaking back around, or you do. Okay. Because that's how you view the relationship, as in and out. As it's like when one person actually finally detaches, that's when the other one comes in. So it's like it gets this close to an ending, just about dead, and then someone always pops back in. Hello. But I don't feel like that's the same this time. Why? Because I feel like in this person's overall energy, they want to put an ending to that. They don't want this secretive energy around them anymore. They see you as someone who brings that into their life, someone who they can't be themselves with. Okay? Or someone who manipulates situations behind the scenes, you see? This isn't how they view you. So, towards the end of the month, the future energy, what's going to happen here, okay? I feel like Scorpio, I feel like if this is your situation, you are going to continue to try and make things work here with this other opportunity you have, this other relationship that you have here. Okay. Even though there's more than one person on your mind and this guy's very distracted, male or female, there's also a lot of gossip going on, a lot of emotions being withheld. Also, the Four of Cups talks about being indifferent. So I feel like you're going to continue to go back and forth in your mind about this situation, all at the same time trying to work on a different relationship and find your happiness there. I think you're trying to also change your own behavior, your own thinking. Okay, and so what's this person going to do? This person's got clarity over the situation by the end of April. I feel like they're starting the month of April, you know, with a major ending, probably with you, or a definitive type of ending. And because it's a big change, I feel like it does cause a bit of hesitation or confusion. But I see towards the end of April, there's clarity here, and I want to see what that's about. So that's the strongest group. And like I said, this is very, very strong message here. Particularly if you're dealing with air and fire, and maybe a Pisces. Yeah. Oh, they have the Ten of Cups. And the Eight of Swords. So yeah, and I want to see what these secrets are. I feel like this person's coming to clarity about what makes them happy and what keeps them stuck in their mind. And you know what I think keeps them stuck in their head? What keeps them unhappy? This behavior. This back and forth. You know what else? It also does the same freaking thing to you. So it makes you both miserable. And I think in the March reading, I saw towards the end of March, like kind of bleeding into April, that there was going to be an ending or some sort of unexpected news that you were going to get, Scorpio, that created an ending that, but I saw it as it being for your highest good. And I feel like then this reading starts with an ending. So for a lot of you, this is a continuation of the March reading. So if you didn't watch the March reading, go out, check it out, because this is very similar to, I guess, like the continuation of that. So I feel like, yeah, at the end of the month, Scorpio, I do feel like like I said, there was some sort of new information that you found out towards the end of March, if this is your group, that's put a definitive ending to this cycle, this behavior. I feel like both of you are sick of it anyways. I mean, it's exhausting. It's exhausted you both. And then so towards the end of the month, I feel like you're going to try and work on, like I said, probably another relationship, more than likely if you're in this group. But yet there's still lingering energy here, okay? So I feel like And you have the Knight of Wands again. So it's like everything changes and nothing changes, right? Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some advice on this one. So I just feel like I see progress, by the way, in the other relationship that you're in, or the new relationship you're in for some of you. I see progress there. But there's still like BS going on on the down low. Okay. There's still back and forth. There's still a bit of stubbornness. There's still emotions being buried, information being hidden. Okay. And I feel like for most of you, it's on your part. What's up with that? All right. So that's the first group. I mean, I almost feel like that's probably the only group, but I'm going to break it down again. So that's group 1. If you're in that group, cool. Group 2. For group 2, Scorpio, I feel like if you're in a long-term committed relationship, there's no third parties, there's not been any endings. I just feel like the relationship may be tested a little bit this month because I feel like there is somebody here on the outside. For some of you, it's you on the outside. For some of you, it's someone external to you that is trying to manipulate the situation. For what reason? I'm not really entirely sure. It could be an ex that's meddling that has come in and out of your life where there was a lot of manipulation within the relationship. I feel like they may be meddling because they want communication or clarity or some sort of reconciliation with you. And I feel like if this is your group, group 2, there might be communication, but it's like on the DL. It's like the same freaking message. It's group 1. It's pretty much the same message. For some of you, it's not necessarily that you're going to communicate with this person at all. It's that you're going to continue to work on the relationship, but there might be a lot of gossip. Like I said, I feel like somebody's trying to stir some shit up here. And I could see it on both ways. So it could be you doing it, it could be them doing it. But that's group 2. Say if you're in a long-term relationship, there's no third party involved here. So let me get some overall guidance for Scorpio. We're going on 23 minutes. Eee! What is the overall guidance for Scorpio? Fire. Okay. Oh my goodness. So the overall guidance for you, Scorpio, is the Hermit and the 3 of Pentacles. Some of you might be dealing with Virgo. There's a message here about continuing to reflect particularly on the mistakes of the past. So here's the thing here. You have learned behaviors here within this relationship, regardless of what group you're in. And those are changing. Those are ending. Okay? And so I feel like you being a fixed sign, Scorpio, that might be hard to wrap your head around. But I feel like the overall message here is to reflect on like past choices that were made within not just this relationship, but all of your relationships, and ask yourself the question, how did that work out for me? Okay, and if it never works out in your favor, then there's a need for change here. So there's a need to take action on changing the behavior, okay? Yeah. So like what used to work for you is not working anymore. In terms of how you handle relationships. So if, take that how it resonates. It's not going to work anymore. You need to change. There's a call to action here, Scorpio. And like I said, I saw that towards the end of March, in the March reading, and beginning of April, that was sort of the message. Life was going to change whether you were ready or not. And so for a lot of you, I can see that has occurred, and now it's like the aftermath. So now that the change is here, it's like, okay, you can't continue to do the same things you used to do. You can't behave the same way you used to behave. Like, none of that's going to work anymore. So it's a very strong message, regardless of what group you're in. Okay. So, Scorpio. Interesting as always. So let me tell you the primary zodiac signs I have, although it can be any zodiac sign. It's a general reading. I have, like I said, heavy air and fire. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and particularly Leo, but I have Aries, Sag, could also be. Pisces, Aries again, and a Virgo. Those are the predominant signs, but it can be any zodiac sign. It's a general reading. If it resonated, awesome. Give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe to me. And I wish you the very best either way, Scorpio. Till next time.